Get ready. March is shaping up to be a game changer, and once it kicks off, there's no turning back. This isn't your usual astrology forecast. March is packed with cosmic events so rare, they'll make you rethink the idea of once in a lifetime. We're talking double eclipses, massive planetary shifts, and some under-the-radar moments you might not even realize are happening. But don't worry, I won't jump too far ahead just yet. Can you imagine 2 eclipses happening in the same month? That's incredibly rare. And here's the kicker. These events aren't happening by chance. They're lined up in a way that feels almost like a carefully planned sequence. This month, you'll feel shifts in energy, whether in your body, your thoughts, or in ways that are hard to put into words. Stick with me, because there's one event later in the month, something most people are completely overlooking, that will totally change how you see March. I'll get into it soon, and when I do, you'll understand why this month is far bigger than you thought. And if you think March is starting off slow, think again. The month begins with a bang, setting the stage for everything to come. Did you really think this month would be like the others? Absolutely not. March doesn't ease in. It kicks off with a powerful 3-planet conjunction on day 1, the Moon, Mercury, and Venus. These 3 celestial bodies align in a way that shifts the entire vibe of the month. Mercury represents our thoughts, Venus rules over our desires, and the Moon governs emotions. When these 3 come together, expect shifts in how you think, what you feel, and what you want. This alignment will heighten your intuition, bring on deep conversations, and make déjà vu moments feel even more intense. And here's the most mind-blowing part. This is just the beginning. The most intense events are still to come. Something huge is on the horizon, and it's going to shake things up. Sometimes the universe hits the reset button. This is one of those times. Every year, the March equinox represents the perfect balance between light and darkness. But it's not just about the arrival of spring. It's a cosmic reset, a recalibration of energy. For millennia, cultures around the world have honored this day as a moment of transformation. The Egyptians aligned their pyramids with it, the Mayans built temples to track it, and the Druids saw it as a gateway. They all understood the significance of this moment, an energy shift in the world itself. And this year, that shift is deeper and more profound than ever. Why? Because this equinox isn't happening in a vacuum. It's positioned between 2 powerful eclipses, right in the heart of a month filled with constant celestial activity. Think of it as a pause between 2 giant waves, a brief moment of stillness before everything shifts. Some of you may feel this as a deep pause, like time slows down for a split second before speeding up into something new. You might experience a sudden clarity, a pull to reflect, or a sense of lightness. And then, the energy begins to change. But here's the catch. Just days before this cosmic reset, something even bigger is happening. One of the most anticipated events of the year, setting the stage for everything that follows, including this very moment. Some days are etched in history, others are written in the stars. March 14th isn't just another day on the calendar. It's a cosmic alignment, a moment when the universe seems to be planning something powerful. Let's break it down. The main event is a total lunar eclipse happening with the full moon. But this isn't just any eclipse. This one will bathe the moon in a deep red hue for a full 65 minutes, as the Earth's shadow completely covers the moon, turning it crimson. It's a sight that has inspired awe, fear, and prophecy throughout history. Ancient civilizations watch these lunar events with reverence. While some feared them, others saw them as signs of transformation, significant shifts, or the dawn of something new. But wait, there's more. As the moon turns red, something else is going on up there, a meteor shower. Yes, On the same night the moon is changing, the sky will light up with shooting stars. The peak of a meteor shower will send bright streaks across the dark sky. Now here's the twist. This isn't happening on just any random date. It's happening on Pi Day, the day we celebrate the infinite, unending number that's one of the most fundamental constants in the universe. It's like a cosmic equation unfolding in real time. A total lunar eclipse, a fiery meteor shower, and the number that represents infinity. What are the odds of that? Or is it possible that there's no such thing as coincidence? Everything about this night feels intentional, as if the stars are aligning in ways we can't fully understand. And maybe, just maybe, it's trying to tell us something. The moon is getting closer, but not to us. It's heading toward the sun. While most people focus on full moons, new moons, and eclipses, have you ever wondered what happens when the moon comes closest to the very core of our solar system? On March 27th, the moon will reach its perihelion, the point in its orbit when it's closest to the sun this month. Although we can't see it with our eyes, the meaning behind it is clear. For centuries, the sun has been linked to enlightenment, truth, and awareness, while the moon symbolizes the hidden, the subconscious, and the unseen. The moon holds mysteries, governs cycles, and rules over emotions. But on this day, it's doing something different. It's moving toward the sun, towards illumination. Consider this. The moon influences the tides, affects our sleep, and has long been associated with intuition and personal transformation. Now, as it draws closer to the sun, what does this mean for us? This is the moon's closest encounter with the intense energy of the sun, a force that burns away illusions and demands clarity. For some, this could be a moment of powerful realization, like a fog lifting from their thoughts. Others might feel an urge to let go of something, whether it's an old habit, a belief that no longer fits, or a situation that doesn't serve them anymore. Just 2 days later, a solar eclipse will take place. It's as if the moon is absorbing cosmic energy, gathering strength before it steps into the shadow during the eclipse. Cycles don't just end, they prepare. And right now, the moon is preparing for something we don't fully understand yet. 2 eclipses in 1 month. How rare is that? Mid-March, we'll start with a breathtaking total lunar eclipse, turning the sky red. But what if I told you that's not the whole story? There's another eclipse coming, one that many may overlook. Remember that event I mentioned earlier, the one no one is talking about? Well, here it is. On March 29th, a partial solar eclipse will grace the sky. Unlike the dramatic transformation of a red moon, this eclipse is more subtle and quiet, like a soft whisper hinting at something greater to come. But don't underestimate its significance. Though it's partial, this is still a powerful event. In ancient times, solar eclipses were viewed as omens, cosmic signals of major changes ahead. When a solar eclipse follows a lunar eclipse in the same month, it's a rare and potent occurrence. The solar eclipse acts as a response, a reset, a shift, and a cosmic realignment. This is no coincidence. It's part of a larger cycle, one of endings and beginnings, light and shadow. What's even more significant is that this eclipse aligns with the new moon. The new moon already represents a time of darkness, a time for planting the seeds of the future. When you add an eclipse into the mix, it becomes even more powerful, creating a cosmic void, a space where the past fades away and the future is still taking shape. It's the in-between, a time of uncertainty, and those who are sensitive to energy may already be feeling the tension. Like the air is charged, as if something big is about to happen, but it's hard to pinpoint exactly what. This energy isn't just about the world around you, it's personal. It's about what's being eclipsed in your own life and the shifts taking place within you. 2 eclipses in 1 month deliver one key message. It's time to release the old, because something new is ready to emerge. But before the final eclipse unfolds, there's a strange moment of stillness, a brief pause before the change. This begins on March 22nd, when the moon starts to fade into darkness. This phase feels different, though. March 22nd marks the last quarter moon, the point when the moon begins its final descent into shadow. Normally, this would just be another phase in the lunar cycle, but this time, there's something about it that feels unique. If you've been feeling off lately, restless, exhausted, like something is subtly shifting around you but you can't quite put your finger on it, you're not imagining things. There's a very real, cosmic influence taking place, and the energy of the universe is moving in a way that can be both unsettling and transformative. The last quarter moon is here, and it's not just another phase in the cycle of the moon. This phase marks the final step before the solar eclipse, the last moment before the sky itself resets. Everything that has happened before has been leading up to this point, this very moment where everything is about to change. This isn't merely a moon phase, it's a time of energetic release. It's a sacred moment, steeped in ancient wisdom, where the veils between the known and unknown become thin. This is the time for letting go, whether it's old habits, limiting beliefs, or anything that no longer serves you. The energy of the last quarter moon is one of cleansing, purging, and preparing. Ancient civilizations, from the Egyptians to the Mayans, understood the power of this moment. They believed the last quarter moon was a time to reflect, to release, and to surrender to the natural rhythms of the universe. The energy of the moon at this point was seen as a cosmic invitation to prepare for what was to come, the unknown, the new, and the transformative. And in this case, that unknown is the solar eclipse that follows. The moon, which has been waxing, reaching its peak full moon energy, now begins to wane, slowly releasing its grip on the sky. Just like the ebbing tide, there is a sense of quietude that settles in. Ever noticed how the air feels just before a storm? Everything goes quiet. The animals settle into their burrows or nests. The wind holds still. The atmosphere feels thick with anticipation. There's a sense of stillness that isn't born from fear, but from the knowing that something big is about to happen. This is the energy of the last quarter moon. And then, of course, there's the solar eclipse to come. It's not just a solar eclipse, it's a total solar eclipse, a rare event that brings with it immense transformative potential. Eclipses, in both ancient and modern astrology, have long been considered a powerful force for change. They represent times when the universe invites us to course correct, to step into something new, or to release what's no longer aligned with our highest path. The solar eclipse marks the moment when the sun is completely obscured, ushering in a period of darkness followed by a new beginning. The solar eclipse is a reset button, not just for the sky, but for your life. March 22nd, 2025, will be this moment of stillness and anticipation. It's the calm before the change. The universe will quiet itself, almost as if it's preparing for a reset. For those who are paying attention, this phase is a chance to pause, reflect, and take a deep breath before the next shift. Because once this phase is over, the moon will slip into shadow, and the sky will be getting ready for something big, something that will change everything. This isn't just any other month, it's a momentous time. March 2025 is not just any other month on the calendar. It's a series of cosmic events, all packed into one lunar cycle. We've seen planetary alignments, the moon moving between 2 eclipses, and drawing closer to the sun. These celestial occurrences are like puzzle pieces falling into place. We can see them happening above us, but the real question isn't just what's happening up there. The bigger question is, what's happening within us? Because the universe doesn't just move the stars, it moves everything along with it. Eclipses are known to catalyze significant transitions, both individually and collectively. Throughout history, eclipses have been seen as divine moments of intervention. Ancient civilizations, from the Babylonians to the Greeks to the indigenous peoples of the Americas, believed that eclipses were moments of great power, times when the veil between the physical and spiritual realms thinned, when the cosmos offered an opportunity for profound change. While we may not view them with the same mystical reverence today, one thing is clear: they have the power to shift energy in ways we can't fully grasp. We live in a world where everything is energy. The physical world is a manifestation of energy, and when the energy of the universe shifts, so too does everything within it. Energy doesn't just disappear, it grows, changes form, and moves through different channels. Eclipses act as cosmic reset points, places in time when the energetic flow is recalibrated. If you've been feeling out of alignment lately, it may be because the universe is preparing you for a shift. The energy around you is preparing to change form, and you're invited to release what no longer serves you in order to make space for what is coming next. It's not about superstition or fate. It's about recognizing patterns. The cycles of the moon, the movement of the planets, and the events that occur around eclipses follow patterns that have been observed and studied for centuries. These patterns carry with them the wisdom of ages, reminding us that the universe is constantly in motion, and that motion impacts us all. We are not passive observers of these celestial events. We are active participants in the cosmic dance. This month, March 2025, is full of these patterns. The total lunar eclipse that occurs earlier in the month will stir up the energies of release. A time to let go, a time to shed old layers, and a time to prepare for new growth. Following that, the partial solar eclipse invites us to embrace renewal, to step forward with intention, and to embrace the unknown with open arms. This entire cycle is one of transformation, growth, and awakening. For some people, these shifts will be subtle. They may notice a change in their perspective, a sudden insight that brings clarity, or perhaps an urge to try something new. It could be something as small as a change in their routine, or a new project they feel drawn to start. For others, however, the shifts may be much more intense. Eclipses often bring unexpected endings, relationships, careers, or long-held beliefs that no longer align with who we are becoming. They also bring breakthroughs, moments of clarity that allow us to see the path forward more clearly than ever before. Life may take an unexpected turn, leading us towards something entirely new and exciting. But the key here is to notice the energy, to be present. The universe doesn't make these shifts happen without offering us a chance to adjust, to prepare, and to embrace the transformation that's coming. So, the real question isn't whether something is happening. It's whether you're noticing it. Are you paying attention to the subtle changes happening around you, or are you too caught up in the daily distractions to take notice? If you're still here, I truly appreciate your attention. The fact that you're reading this means you're already tuned in to the energy around you, and that's an incredibly important step. If you liked what you saw and want more, please consider subscribing to stay in touch with these insights. Your support means a lot to me, and I'd love to hear your thoughts or experiences. Are you feeling the shift? Have you noticed any changes within yourself as the energy around you begins to change? Please feel free to drop a comment below and share your thoughts. I always love hearing from you. Until next time, take care, embrace the shifts, and remember to subscribe for more interesting content. The universe is shifting, and you are part of that transformation. Let's walk this path together.